Hey, Jerry. Hey. That makes sense now. Also, children's advocacy.
Morning.
In a world of acronyms.
Morning. Hey, Jerry. Hey. Good morning.
Okay, we're all set.
Okay, I'm going to reclaim host for now.
Yeah, can you reclaim it or do I have to give it to you?
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
So I can share my screen just for the agenda, but Frankie, you can go ahead and get started.
Good morning. I call the Sex Offender Risk Review Board meeting for March 13th, 2025 to order. I'm Dr. R. Frank Mullis, Jr., the board chair, and I would like to welcome all of our guests via YouTube. And Tracy, could I get a roll call of all the board members here today?
Yes, Mindy Ackerman.
Here.
Elizabeth Bigham.
Here.
Giselle Brown. Jerry Bruce.
Here.
James Chapin is out for court. Robbie Frederick.
Here.
Katie Gropper.
Here.
Jim Morton.
Here.
Frank Mullis.
Present.
Lori Rozier.
Here.
Megan Thurman.
Here.
And Bert Reeves did let me know that he is logging on, but we have enough people for a quorum.
All right, I'm going to read our mission statement here at SOAR. Our purpose and mission is protecting Georgia's children and communities at large by identifying convicted sexual offenders that present the greatest risk of sexually reoffending. It is the board's responsibility to determine the likelihood that a sexual offender will engage in another crime against a victim who is a minor or a dangerous sexual offense. Our assessments will be used by SOAR to determine the risk levels of the offenders. Offenders will be classified as level 1, level 2, or a sexually dangerous predator. Have all members received and had an opportunity to review the minutes from the meeting on February 13th?
Yes.
Yes.
Were there any questions?
Yes.
Any questions, comments, or concerns? Do I hear a motion we adopt the minutes?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Don't believe we have any reports from officers and standing committees. Is there any unfinished business? Okay, is there any new business? Tracy, can we get your report?
Yes, so the first thing is the retreat. I'll be sending you more information on the retreat like I usually do as we get a little bit closer, so you have that. As to, I mean, y'all know the location, but I'll send you the location, the address, dress requirements, what our agenda is going to be, which I have to get the agenda done. Actually, I'll have that finished Tuesday probably. And Bert, I appreciate your assistance. So we will have right now the plan for our topics is Chairman Smith will be with us Thursday in the second half to present information on legislative process. And then in the earlier part of the day, I do want to make sure that we're covering all of reviewing our bylaws and standing procedures and things like that to make sure everything is up to date and anything that y'all would want to add or change about any of that with all the changes going on with SORB. So we will be reviewing that. We'll also be talking about the number of cases as they're growing and how y'all are doing with that and anything we need to consider and be looking at. And I know we'll need some legal guidance from Elizabeth, depending on where y'all go with, those kind of ideas. And then I want to get an idea from y'all what topic you might like Marcus to present on, because he'll present on a topic during that day, probably before Chairman Smith presents. Any thoughts right now on topics that y'all might be interested in?
Tracy, one thing I'm working on is using Marcus's
driving analogy with the SO tips, and I don't know if that's too treatment heavy for the whole group, but I'll talk to Marcus about it. And then I always like the CSAM risk assessment information.
So know that today, Marcus, after the meeting, which please everybody stay on when the meeting is completed, what we'll do is we'll turn off YouTube and recording, and then Marcus will provide his mini training. And I know today he's doing a presentation on CSAM risk factors. So I know he is doing that today. So
Great.
if y'all want to email me your ideas, that'd be great. He needs it probably as soon as possible, though. If I don't hear anything probably within the next couple weeks, then we'll come up with a topic that Marcus can present on. I know that I think y'all have been pretty interested in some additional information or a recap on, I know he did static factors. The last board meeting, is that right, Marcus? The static risk factors, and then maybe doing something on dynamic risk factors, because I don't, or did we do something on dynamic risk factors already?
We have not.
We have not.
We've
So that
done
might
risk
be-
reducing, we've done static, and today we're doing CSAM. So we have not done dynamic risk factors yet.
Okay, so that might be one of the better topics, but everybody be thinking, because I know some of you had some interest, and also maybe presenting it during some stuff during the retreat when people weren't available online to listen to as many presentations. So we'll be looking at all that for the retreat. So I'm really looking forward to the retreat. I think we have some great stuff that we're going to be doing. And then our next board meeting, so our board meeting, and this is for the public as well, is going to be in person only because it's going to be in Blue Ridge. So that will be posted on our website. We will not have anything on YouTube. It'd have to be in person. If anybody wanted to attend, that meeting is open to the public. And it's going to be April 25th at 8 a.m. And again, we'll post the location on our website.
Yeah.
For our next meeting after that, though, I did want to bring that up because our May meeting, based on the date right now, would be only 2 weeks later. And our evaluators would have only had 2 weeks to really create any kind of reports for you. I believe it's 2 weeks. It may even be 1 week that they'd only have to create any kind of reports. So what I was looking at is either changing the May meeting to May 15th to have more reports available, or canceling May and having just our June meeting. I know that a lot of people with May, kids are getting out of school and there's a lot going on in May. So it does not affect me at all, but I didn't know about for you all and what you would prefer. And we don't have to make the decision now, but it may be helpful if y'all want to talk about that or think about that now for the evaluators and Amanda, and then for you all to know about the May meeting and what you imagine doing for that. Any thoughts from anybody about the May meeting and preferences? So the choice would be either to change it to May 15th or to cancel it.
I'm fine with May 15th. When is the June meeting? Is it, or do you know yet?
June meeting is on the, let me see, is on the 12th.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm good with the 15th. My kid doesn't get out of school till the next week. So I'm personally good with that.
Same here.
Fine too, with May 15th.
Okay, so maybe we do a motion. Do I hear a motion? We keep the May 15th meeting as scheduled?
It's not scheduled the 15th.
Oh, sorry.
You'd be changing it.
To move the May meeting to May 15th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the May meeting will be the 15th of May.
Great, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry. I went into the deputy directors part. Sorry, Richard. I talked about the next board meeting because that came to mind with the whole May meeting.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I've done my piece. So if you want to update everybody on the new office space.
Okay. As you know, we're in the Twin Towers. To remodel the space how we wanted it was going to be prohibitively expensive. We're looking at some different options now where HVAC was almost half of the quote, but if we go with walls that don't go all the way to the ceiling, we don't need to redo the HVAC. So we should be able to get it remodeled how we like with the boardroom and office space to accommodate the growth we have now. We have looked at a couple other options for a little less expensive office space. But, you know, it looks like we should be able to do the partial walls. So we're waiting on a quote on that. Then once we get that quote, you know, Tracy will look at the budget and then hopefully we can get that project underway where we can actually move in. The reception area, the entrance is 95% done for us. But the rest of the space, we, you know, still need to finish it out so we can use it how we need to. Did I leave anything out, Tracy?
Nope, you got it. I think we're all set.
Any questions for Richard? All right, and these are investigator report.
So Russ is sick, and so he will not be available for that today.
Okay, and I believe I saw Amanda for our clinical evaluator report. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Good morning. So you should all be seeing new names every month. Those are the evaluators that are now have their own independent cases. And so that should be added to it each month until we get everybody going on their own cases. And every month the goal is the same, to have more cases than the month before, and everybody to increase their case totals each month from what they did the previous month. So that is the goal, and hopefully you'll be noticing new names each month, and I'm really excited about everybody getting trained and being able to do their own cases.
Any questions for Amanda? Okay, I think we're ready to move on to the review of the cases. Has everyone had a chance to review all the cases for the month?
Yes. Yes.
Anyone who did not? Tracy, could I get an explanation of the leveling process, please?
Yes, so each month we receive various referrals of sex offender cases, which comes from both Department of Corrections, Pardons and Parole, Clerk of Courts for newly convicted, and then also court-ordered cases when they're trying to be removed from the registry, as well as just individual cases coming here and there from various referrals. And all that information goes into our database, and our investigators collect the information that's needed for the criminal history. And then when that is done, it goes to our evaluators who review the criminal information, as well as the community supervision, behavior, and treatment information for that individual. They put all the information together, create a summary and a recommendation for classification. It goes into an area where our board members can read the report. That's all they have access to. They are a number versus a name for objectivity. And anyone who recognizes a case, which the evaluators typically will identify if a board member has worked on a case, or recuse them automatically. But if we miss it and a board member recognizes a case, they will recuse during the meeting for that case and not vote on that case. And reevaluation cases are those cases where the individual's been leveled a 2 or predator and wants to provide us with additional information they don't think that we've had. We then re-review the case with that additional information, and then that goes back up for vote again. And I think that's it.
All right. So we will move on. We have 21, I believe, level 1 cases. Are there any recusals? And I know there's quite a few.
Yeah, so I'll just list them out. So 10752, Jim is recused from that case. 23921, Jim is recused from that case. 27160, Frank, you are recused from that case.
All right. Any other recusals we may have missed? Are there any questions, concerns, or comments about the level 1 cases that were reviewed?
Hey, this is Bert. Tracy, case that I asked to be pulled, is now the time to talk about it?
Say that again. I'm sorry, Bert.
The case that I requested to be
Oh.
pulled about the,
Yeah. The resubmit, the 4064 with the alcohol.
yes.
Relay case, yes, you would talk about that now.
Yeah, so, I think last meeting asked that we try to get some information on that, to see if the minor possessions involved, trying to share alcohol with underage girls, and it looks like there's not a ton of information, but it appears from what was provided that there's no indication that that was the case. It looks like they both involve driving offenses. I'm not sure why the charge with DUI, but that's neither here nor there. But there's nothing in the amended report that gives me concerns that I initially had, and so I think I'm fine with level 1, and I just bring that up because I asked it to be pulled last time. So,
Any other comments regarding that case? Any other comments, questions, concerns about the level 1 cases before we make a motion? All right, do I hear a motion we adopt the level 1 cases that have been presented to the board?
So moved.
Second.
Who was second?
Sheriff Brown.
Sheriff Brown. Okay, thanks, Sheriff.
All right, we have a first and a second, I believe, and we can do a roll call now. Tracy, please.
Yes, Mindy,
Aye.
Liz,
Yes, sorry.
Sheriff Brown,
Aye.
Jerry,
Aye.
Robbie,
Aye.
Katie,
Aye.
Jim, with the exception of your recusals,
Aye.
Frank, with the exception of your recusal,
Aye.
Bert,
aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Megan,
Aye.
they all pass.
All right, we have 58 level 2 cases and quite a few recusals. Tracy, do you want to mention the recusals?
Yes, so 20269, Jim, you're recused. 21996, Frank, you're recused. 22619, Frank, you're recused. 22659, Frank, you're recused. 29295, Frank, you're recused. 30213, Frank, you're recused. 30905, Frank, you're recused. 30908, Frank, you're recused. And 31309, Frank, you're recused.
And I have one recusal, Frank.
Okay.
Same here.
I do as well.
Okay, Mindy, do you want to go ahead and tell us your recusals?
Yes, I had one. It's 27994.
27994, Mindy. Okay, and then I believe, Liz, you said you had a recusal?
22659.
22659. Okay, and Jim, did you say it was, I don't remember who said another person.
I think it was
Me.
Oh, Robbie.
27118.
271. Okay, I've got that noted. Thank you.
Right. Do we have any members with questions, concerns, or comments regarding the level 2 cases? All right. Do I hear a motion to adopt the level 2 cases?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Who are you going with second, Frank?
I believe that was Lori. Was that correct?
Okay.
Okay. Tracy, can I get a roll call?
Yes. Mindy,
Aye.
with the exception of your recusal. Liz, with the exception of your recusal.
Aye.
Sheriff Brown,
Aye.
Jerry Bruce,
Aye.
Robbie Frederick, with the exception of your recusal.
Aye.
Katie,
Aye.
Jim, with the exception of your recusal.
Aye.
Frank, with the exception of your recusals.
Aye.
Bert,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Megan. Megan.
Aye. Sorry.
Oh, that's
It
okay.
wasn't working.
They all pass.
All right, we will move on to our sexually dangerous predator cases. Tracy, I think we have some recusals on those as well.
We do. So 29731, Elizabeth Bigham is recused. 30715, Frank Melissa is recused. And that's all that I have.
Any other recusals we may have missed? All right, any questions, comments, or concerns about the sexually dangerous predator cases? All right, Tracy, can I get a roll call, please?
We need to motion.
Oh, I thought I did. I'm so
Okay.
do I hear a motion that we accept the sexually dangerous predator cases?
So moved, Jim Morton.
Second.
Who was that? Who
Jim
was second?
first and Robbie was second.
Robbie was second. Okay. Actually, when you do first and second, it'd be great if you say your name like Jim did. It's really helpful. Thank you.
That's right, Robbie.
Sorry.
It's really because I'm looking down sometimes, so I have to be able to find your face to see if you're making a motion or not. So.
All right, so we have a first and a second. Now can I get a roll call?
Yes, Mindy, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No questions or concerns. My vote is aye.
Liz, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Sheriff Brown, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Jerry, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Robbie, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No questions or concerns. My vote is aye.
Katie, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, aye.
And I do want to back up with Liz. She did have the one recusal, so she's not voting on that one. Jim, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Frank, other than your recusal, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, and my vote is aye.
Bert, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, aye.
Lori, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Megan, any questions or concerns by any of the SDP cases?
No, my vote is aye.
They all pass.
All right, and now we'll move on to our reevaluation cases. Were there any recusals? I believe there was.
I'm sorry, you're right. So yes, 31779, Frank, you are recused from that case. And that is all I have.
All right. Any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases? Do I hear a motion we adopt the reeval cases that have been presented?
Lori, so moved.
Liz, so moved.
Awesome, thank you both.
Thank you for that. And then can we get a roll call on these cases?
Yes, Mindy, any questions or concerns by any of the reeval cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Liz, any questions or concerns by any of the reeval cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Sheriff, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Jerry, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Robbie, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases?
No questions. My vote is aye.
Katie, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases?
Aye.
Jim, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Frank, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases other than your recusal?
No, and my vote is aye.
Bert, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases?
No, aye.
Lori, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases?
No, my vote is aye.
Megan, any questions or concerns about any of the reeval cases?
No, my vote is aye.
They all pass.
All right. So Tracy, is this a classification record for us?
For quite some time, yes, we've had some in the past with more than this, but we are definitely climbing compared to for quite some time. So yes.
So 107 classified this month, and I just want to thank all the investigators and the evaluators and the staff for your hard work. That's wonderful. A lot of work for us as board members, but that's what we're here for. So very thankful for Tracy and her work and everyone else. And do I have any questions or comments before we adjourn the meeting?
Just a reminder, please stay on, everybody, for Marcus's presentation.
All right. Do I hear a motion that we adjourn the meeting?
So move. This is Bert.
Do I hear a second?
Lori, second.
All right. That concludes our meeting, and then we'll be staying on for Marcus.